In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to fight speed users and how to parry speed users. You know, I've made a ton of videos recently on how to actually use speed, and speed got buffed recently, so there's a big epidemic of speed users and a bunch of no skills. So I'm going to help you guys deal with speed because I know some of the moves are kind of cheesy, so let's get right into it. Alright, so this is a move a lot of people struggle dealing with, so in this video I'm going to teach you guys two different ways to deal with Specterstep. First is the obvious way where you literally just straight up hold F. For this method I just hold F and I literally just dash away. It's super simple and easy to do, and this is what I genuinely do against Specterstep, because if I'm being completely honest, even for me it's difficult to do the next method, which is straight up parrying it, but my friend who can consistently parry it gave me a pretty good way to do it. Literally just look up as the guy's about to appear. It's kind of really fast, even that clip was slowed down. So generally speaking, unless you have crazy reaction speed or you just make this a habit, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you'll be able to consistently parry it. I've only seen the sweaty people ever parry it consistently, and even then that's a rarity. So straight up I would just stick to blocking. That's probably the best method, and honestly it does do crazy posture, but as long as you dodge the second hit, you'll be fine. The first hit of Specterstep you can block and then you just dodge after the second. That's the best way to deal with it. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're on to Fast Fang, and generally speaking you should be able to consistently parry this move. It's really easy to parry once you figure out the timing. As soon as you hear the little sound effect, you see them go invisible, you want to press F. So let me just show you guys a quick clip. Alright, so as soon as he turns invisible, I'm going to parry. Honestly, what I'd recommend you guys pay attention to is that sound effect. As soon as you hear it and the guy goes invisible, you want to parry. It's a very split-second decision, but compared to Specterstep, it is a lot easier and you'll definitely be able to consistently parry. For example, I'm gonna play it in slow motion, and as soon as he turns invisible, pay attention to when my character actually starts doing the parry animation. Alright, as soon as you see him invisible, you just want to parry. Rewatching it, it does kind of look like I did it slightly delayed, but that's also partially just because of input lag. So when you press a button, it'll take a second for your computer to register. So especially if you're laggy too, you kind of just want to do it as soon as you see them turn invisible, if that makes sense. Anyways, next section. Alright boys, now we're on Drop and Fang, and honestly this move does not receive enough love. It's actually crazy gap closer, and the biggest highlight of this move is the fact that it actually does not allow you to 360 block it. So for example, if I pop Dropping Fang behind somebody, they literally just can't block it. So the only way to really counter this move is either parrying it or 360 blocking, or basically just blocking where you think they're gonna land. I would recommend just trying to parry it. Parrying is really simple. Alright, so obviously pay attention to the sound effect, and as soon as you see him appear above you, that's when you press F. So he's going to be going up and then he's going to be coming down. You'll be able to see an animation for all of this. As soon as you see him about to go down, just tap F. It's really easy. If you want and you know where they're going to drop, you can also block it. The posture damage on Dropping Fang isn't crazy. Overall, this move is pretty solid and relatively easy to deal with. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're on to Time Cut. There's two ways to deal with this move. One, if you're moving around and you know they're going to use it, you can literally just parry or block and you can dash out of it if you're at the side of it. But if they catch you directly in the center of a time cut, what you want to do is parry it and just spam your parry button. So let me just show you guys a clip of me doing it. Alright, so as soon as I see him disappear and reappear behind me, I'm just going to mash the F button. Sometimes you won't be able to see them reappear behind you because they do literally teleport behind you. It depends on how far you're zoomed out. So you could also rely on the sound effects, but generally speaking, this is a super easy move to parry. And keep in mind what I said before as well, because if you're on the edge of the move, you can dash out of it as well. So yeah, next section. Move a lot of people definitely struggle with. So Strata Step is generally pretty easy to deal with in my opinion. I know sometimes you can definitely mess this up, but all you really have to do is dodge as soon as they reappear behind you. Count to 2 seconds. Here, let me just show you guys me explaining it to my friend real quick. Here's the mistake you're making. You're flash stepping you're dashing immediately after, so it does become true. Do not do that. Alright, so flash step, wait for me to appear behind you and then do it. Okay, see. Alright, 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You did it. My friend if he tries to get it down. So generally speaking, don't beat yourself over too much if you don't get it first try. But once you do get it down, it's super easy and you won't really have to be scared of Strata Step anymore. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're on to the skill box move Flash Fang, and this is a pretty easy move to mess up on when you're parrying, and I've honestly guard broken tons of people with it. So the way you really parry this move is you want to pay attention to when the person who's about to use it starts moving their arm forward. So I'm going to just show you guys the clip real quick. This is incredibly slowed down, but as soon as I watch him like move his arm like up and down, I just press F. Generally speaking though, it's still very easy to mess up on this, and I'm pretty sure you can dodge out of it. Sometimes it will catch you, but the move also has super slow wind up. It kind of just depends on what you prefer. I like dodging out of it most of the time, but parrying it is not a bad option either. Let's move on to the next move. To the Black Claw move, and this is a pretty solid move in general. It's been taking over the type soul meta recently, and when I was testing this move out, parrying it was honestly really difficult, just due to the fact that the move is super fast and the hitboxes are super janky. But that can also be used against the person who's running Black Claw. My main best way to deal with this move in type soul ranked is to just dodge out of it. Even parrying it I could not do, and sometimes you can block it, but it does like 80% posture, and obviously if you block it there's also a chance that they go behind you, so I wouldn't even recommend it. Just watch them use the move and dash away. That's the best option I really have. I can't lie, bruh. This move did kind of just get gutted though. It doesn't really do too much damage, and the stun is super low now. Like before you could get like an unseen blade off after it. Now something like that is not really possible. So honestly, dealing with this move, it shouldn't be too difficult. If somebody has any better ideas, comment them below. Let's move on to the next move. Cleave, and I know a lot of people struggle with this move. My friend Porkchop, so I'll put him in the description below, actually helped me out with this, and he basically said as soon as you see their character go forward, you want to actually parry. So let me just show you guys the clip. Literally as soon as you see me move forward, like right forward, you want to press F. I don't know if you guys caught that. I had this slowed down. It's super simple. You can also just block it, which is what I do. Cleave's gimmick is obviously fainting it, which is actually the black slash, and fainting it, what it does is it makes it blockable, but it also increases the damage. Sometimes people just like to spam the feintable version due to the damage buff, so what I like to do is I straight up just like to hold F against it, because Baron Ghost Cleave is kind of annoying. It's like a bunch of mind games as well, so just save yourself the trouble. And obviously sometimes you want to just study the person you're fighting and see what they do. Like if they feint a lot, then hold F. If they actually use the proper move a lot, then maybe just try and parry it. Kind of know, it just depends on the situation. Let's move on to Unseen Blade Core. Super simple. All you really want to do is just count to 3 when they use it. The only issue is sometimes you won't be able to tell when they use it or when it's a different dash, but when you do know they're using Unseen Blade Core, so for example, let's say I dash and then I end up dashing again when it's supposed to be on cooldown, you'll know it's Unseen Blade Core. As soon as you hear them dash 3 times, you want to press F and it will parry it. So let me just show the clip. Alright, go. 1 2 3, just like that. Downside to this method is, of course, you can't really just tell when they're using unseen. Like it could just be a normal dash. I think the sound effect might be slightly different, but not enough to the point where you can really realize it in a fight. But yeah, difficult move to deal with and parry. What I would really just recommend is to see when the character starts winding up their first attack. I would recommend just blocking, but I do have a clip of parrying it if you guys do want an example. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the only time even I parried this is by pure luck. So yeah, let me just play the clip. Up when you want to parry it. Honestly speaking, even I can't parry it. Like I said before, I would straight up just block and then dash away after the first or second hit. The third hit has extra long wind up, which does let you dash away. Sometimes you might caught, and honestly this move needs to get nerfed. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a speed main, but this move needs to get nerfed. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Subscribe to Porkchop as well, and me. I'm like 100 away from 5k, so yeah, see ya.